are going through what he is going through right now. But the difference is that most people are not talking, or most people are having secret plan to just exit, and which is what the women want them to just leave my house.
A friend of mine called me yesterday and was telling me that he's in a trouble, in a problem. I was like, what are you saying? So he said, that we need to talk. So I decided to go. We met and he started narrating the whole story to me that he will soon be homeless. I was like, what are you saying, guy?
Homeless.
What's happening? Homeless for what?
Maybe
why?
it's owing mortgage or
because
whatever.
I was like, what's happening? He now told me that. So he said, I moved in with a woman. I just said, but I thought you're not married. That for the past 6 months, the woman has been giving him a lot of problem. And she has already given him a particular time to move out.
Bahala.
Yeah, to move out of the house. So she's been maltreating the guy. She's been doing so many things, things that she wasn't doing, at the early stage. So the guy is seriously in a very big problem right now. So it's like the woman has been showing some wicked sides of herself, and she also gave him a time to move out.
See, the word wicked, to me, in a way,
She just, the way he was saying it, he was almost crying.
Yeah,
she's showing some things that she has never showed before.
Yeah, I think he got it wrong here. He has become sentimental or emotionally involved in the wrong way, because when that lady invited him in, I can assure you she meant it. She was interested, because that was how she was feeling. A lot of men out there who are living with women are going through what he is going through right now. But the difference is that most people are not talking, or most people are having secret plan to just exit, and which is what the women want them to just leave my house. She invited him in with a genuineness of love. She loved him, because a lot of men, as I said, do not know that women make decisions based on their current their feelings at that time.
Moment, yeah. Okay.
And when she's done with you, she will make her decision based on the fact that she's done with you. That's why you see a woman love you today, and tomorrow, or when she's done loving you, you will wonder if she's the same person.
So that's why she's been behaving, because the guy told me that she's been behaving, negatively to him and all that. So that means the woman is almost, she's done.
Of course, if see that particular time, most times it's easier for a man to accommodate a woman, even though they are not married. But when a woman realizes that she is the one in charge in this house, his life is in her hand, that guy will see a lot of trouble. When the love begin to rub off, when the love begin to end, she will change. There will be a lot of complaint. And there are other things that it will that will be involved.
Yeah, you're right. Because for instance, the guy will not be independent. Staying in that woman's house, staying in the woman's house, there will be curfew in that house. You have time that you come in, have time that you go out. There will not be independent.
And as a man, I want to believe that your movement should not be restricted. But you being
in a woman's
house, you have already surrendered your independence.
Exactly.
We were somewhere watching football last 2 weeks, and one of our friends just stood up. Truly, I'm like, where are you going? He said, I have to go home because my madam said I must be home before 9 o'clock.
That means the guy doesn't have independence, doesn't have freedom of himself. Aside from that, you're also financially entangled. For example, if the woman has kids,
that's another trouble.
You have to somehow, one way or the other, you have to take care of those kids.
Somebody else's kids.
You have to pay for some things, in the house. Maybe sometimes you're like, we need to do some shopping. So you need to take them out for shopping and all that.
And the funny thing is, if you refuse, if you say, no, I'm not doing it because they're not your kids, that is the beginning of the problem.
Yeah.
And women know how to use you to their advantage.
Of course, that's why they're women.
So financial entanglement is something you cannot even avoid.
As long as you're living
in a house,
you cannot avoid. You can't run away from it. Another thing is, if you're living in a woman's house, you don't have your personal space.
No space.
Because we want to do something at a particular time, and that's when she will tell you, oh, please, we need to mow. We need to. The snow just fall. You need to, plow the snow and all that. You need to cut the grass and all that. Meanwhile, at that particular time, you need your space. You need your time, or you don't, because you're living in a woman's house.
I think when you see guys that have been living alone for a long time, that thing is addicting, because your personal space, you can just go when you go out. you know that when you're coming back, wherever you keep your stuff is where you'll find it.
Of course.
But when you are in somebody else's space or somebody is in your space,
no matter what you do.
This may sound irresponsible, but that is the truth.
And no matter what you do, you cannot do it perfectly the way she wants it.
She wants it. Because no matter what she does too.
Yeah, you have to take it.
You have to be considerate. After all, this is not my house.
This is not my house.
Some people be like, yeah, I will just take over, I'll be paying the full rent. If you like, pay the gross.
No matter what you pay, no matter the amount you pay,
she will still remember
full rent. Yeah, she will still remember that this is
my house.
So I have rights, I have rules and regulations.
If you like, go and put your name in the lease agreement.
It doesn't matter.
It is still a house.
It's a house, so she has a right to do anything she likes.
And
you don't have right to do anything you like.
No, you don't.
So which is one of the things why you also need to be very careful.
You just imagine that guy that said that his girl said he has to be home
before 9.
Before 9. If you have your space,
of course,
she can't tell you that.
She can't tell you that. Let's even talk about maintaining boundaries. You know, if you're living in a woman's house, you don't have the boundary is not there. For example, now maybe you have a laptop that you use in your office. You understand? And she can come, pick the laptop up, and start using it and wipe up a very important information you have. What will happen? That means there's no boundary. Because if you own the house, she can come into your room and pick your laptop and use anyhow.
And even when she takes the laptop or whatever, you can't even complain.
You can't.
Because your residency
is in a house.
is at risk. When a man moves in with a woman, it is highly possible that this man may not be able to focus on personal growth.
Yeah.
Because let's assume now that you are the motivated type. You just want to be on the go. You want to do this. And you move into the house of someone that is probably lazy or is not that motivated or take things very, very simple, right? You will discover that when you are supposed to be out trying to hustle things out, you will have to be thinking also about the fact about her that I need to give her good reasons for being out late. And even if you're not out late, you need to go somewhere. Everywhere you're going, you have to explain. At a particular time, if you don't move out, you realize that your focus is slowly reducing, because you have to think about where you want to lay your head.
It's like being caged. Being in a prison.
In a prison.
Yeah.
You're caged.
Yes, you're being caged in a prison. Another thing is you avoid unnecessary stress, because you living with a woman, there's no how you can avoid that. You understand? So, for example, now, if she's happy, you have to be happy. Even when you're not happy, you have to be happy. If she's sad, she's not happy, you have to go with her. If you want to go somewhere like, please, let's go together. Meanwhile, you want to have some rest. This kind of,
It's stressful.
It's stressful, yeah. Because things you don't want to do, you have to do it when you don't want to do it.
Yeah, and they say that most times women are not considerate when they are in charge.
No, they're not. For men are. Men
but
when it comes to women, they don't consider. It's what they want at that particular time.
And if you don't move into a woman's house, it somehow preserve your intimacy, because you look forward to seeing her.
Yeah.
But the moment you are living in together, you get irritated.
Yeah, because
you get tired because you're seeing her every day and you're not even married.
Then exactly, that's what I wanted to say. Because if you're married, you know, okay, this is an investment.
Two have come together to become one.
But you're not married, then it's a lot. It's a lot for you.
It's a lot. The intimacy will die in no time.
It will die in no time.
And eventually you realize that all the things you've been doing, it's dead. And when there is no intimacy, the irritation, the anger, the hatred comes faster. To me, if I would advise your friend, I would be like, he has made a mistake.
Yes.
And even if he have to move into a studio apartment, he should just move out. Any which way he will do it.
I think that would be the best.
Because it will keep the relationship fresh.
Yeah,
if they can just be out of each other's way.